guys, my name is Lauren, and in my section of this presentation, I'm going to talk about symptoms, transmission, and prevention of Salmonella. So clinical symptoms of Salmonella are going to include diarrhea, nausea, fever, abdominal cramps, and vomiting. So this happens about 12 to 72 hours after the bacteria has entered the body, and while this infection is typically not fatal, it can cause severe dehydration and in some cases hospitalization. This illness is most common in younger children, older adults, and those with weaker immune systems because their body cannot fight off this bacteria easily. This sickness can last anywhere from a few days to a week, but symptoms usually go away on their own. And then, because symptoms of this illness closely resemble the stomach flu, Salmonella cases are sometimes overlooked as and they're labeled as the stomach flu. So, modes of transmission. The most common mode of transmission for Salmonella is through the food that we eat, specifically raw meat, raw poultry, fruits, vegetables, and raw eggs. And you're probably thinking, why would I eat a raw egg? But raw eggs are in things like cookie dough and cake batter, which personally I know I love. And so next time you go to lick the bowl, just be careful and be aware that salmonella poisoning is a real thing. It is also possible to get salmonella through cross-contamination with playing with animals who are known to carry this bacteria. So some common examples of that are going to be turtles and birds. So like you go and pet the turtle or bird or whatever, and they have the bacteria on like the outside of them. Also, if you're traveling to places with poor sanitation, be careful what you're eating and drinking because it's possible to get salmonella when sanitation is not a priority. So they're like not taking the proper measures to contain and prevent the spread of the bacteria. So foods associated with salmonella, the most common one is poultry, and then we're looking at eggs, and then next comes pork, beef, and then fruits and vegetables, and then other is going to involve fish, shellfish, oil, sugar, and sometimes even dairy. So primary prevention. It is all about preventing the disease and spreading knowledge about the disease. So for example, this presentation could be an example of primary prevention because I'm informing you about this illness and how to prevent it. So in regards to salmonella, primary prevention is going to include cooking food all the way through. And I'm specifically talking about meat here. So for example, chicken should always be cooked to an internal temperature of 165 degrees, and this is because that's going to kill all the bacteria. Also, keeping a clean food prep area will prevent the spread of salmonella across your kitchen surfaces. And if you ever find yourself playing with a turtle, or if you have a pet turtle, make sure that you wash your hands after you're done to prevent the spread of salmonella bacteria throughout like the rest of your household or whatever. Because like if you touch the turtle, and then say you touch the doorknob or you touch your fridge, there's a really good chance that you just spreaded the salmonella bacteria. So secondary prevention comes into play once you've contracted the infectious agent. So you have salmonella poisoning. What happens next? And antibiotics aren't going to work here because that'll just make the salmonella bacteria want to grow more. So this is not going to be part of your treatment routine. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do for salmonella, and you'll just have to make sure that you're drinking plenty of water and staying hydrated while the sickness runs its course. But symptoms should not last more than a week. Tertiary prevention is all about improving the quality of life and reducing your symptoms. So this level of prevention does not really apply to salmonella, as salmonella is not a lifetime disease and it should go away in about a week or so. But for really severe cases, people have to go to the hospital for an IV drip because they've just become so dehydrated through the course of this illness. In addition, the Department of Agriculture came up with a plan that's known as the Salmonella Action Plan, and it aims to improve the poultry slaughter system in hopes of reducing cross-contamination and making sure that the organizations and companies that deal with poultry slaughter are following proper sanitation procedures to prevent the spread of salmonella. So that was my section on our presentation of salmonella. I hope you guys learned a lot about the symptoms, causes, and prevention. Thanks!